Hello, darlings. So you want Korinn to tell you a story? Very well. How about the one where I proved myself to the Thieves Guild? It was just after I got to Ankh-Morpork about 18 months ago, and I knew that if I wanted to thieve my honest living in the city, I was going to have to prove myself to them. I managed to track down one of their members, Crazy Klepto Carl, and he told me the location of their headquarters, which is on the south end of the Street of Alchemists to the northwest of the Patrician's Palace in the southeast of the city. I'm sure you know the spot. Once there, I requested an audience with the head of the institute, Josiah Herbert Boggis. He told me that if I was going to get the written permission that I needed to practice my art, then I was going to have to complete 3 tasks. First, I had to take that in plain view of all. Second, I had to steal that, which could only be freely given. And finally, I had to reveal a secret that had never been told. I got to work right away, and while a fire happened to be burning a few streets away in Peach Pit Lane, I used the distraction to take the hands of the clock tower in the Plaza of the Broken Moons as my first prize. The next day, it was a simple matter of accepting one of the proposals of my many suitors, and abandoning the poor wretch thereafter. The engagement ring he gave me was of course a symbol of his poor broken heart, and my second prize. The next day I returned to the Thieves Guild with both of my prizes and the third and final prize, which was simply a piece of paper with the name Dr. Giles Edison Blake Wellington on it. As Josiah read the name, it was very entertaining to watch his face drain of colour. Shortly thereafter, I got my written permission to practice in the city and was asked never to return to the guild. What was the secret revealed by the name? Join the Thieves Guild, and maybe you'll find out.
Hi, Retsuko here. I would like to tell you a story that Korinn told to me about when she joined the Thieves Guild of Ankh-Morpork. She said that first thing she had to do was meet a shady character called Klepto Carl Clifton, who directed her to the north end of the southwest corner of the city in the East Village. When inside the guild, she met Josiah Mason, who gave her 3 tasks. The first task was to take something hiding in plain sight. The second task was to take something that could only be given to her of someone's own free will. And the third one was to obtain a secret. She set out on her 3 tasks, but she was delayed by a fire in a side street. However, the first thing she did was she climbed to the top of the nearest clock tower and stole that second hand, hence being the thing that was hidden in plain sight. Then she proceeded to seduce one of her suitors, and the poor chap proposed to her, and then she immediately broke it off, hence stealing his heart. And then the very final one was that she presented Josiah Mason with a dark secret that only he would know. And hence, that's why she was allowed into the Thieves Guild.
G'day mates, Bruce here. I'm going to tell you a story I heard from Suko about Korinn's entry to the Thieves Guild in Ankh-Morpork. Quiet down, Bruce. Bruce, quiet. Starts off with a meeting a bloke called Klepto Clive, and he leads her to the northwest part of the south end in the East Village, where there's a guild house. The guildmaster there gives her 3 jobs to prove herself. She has to steal something in plain sight, steal something that has to be given, and get hold of a secret. So, the Scaly Sheila sets off and gets delayed a bit because of a fire. But she climbs up a clock tower and nicks a small hand, nabbing something at plain sight. She then goes off and gets one of her blokes to bed. He ends up proposing to her, but she turns him down. So, she's stolen his heart, and that's the second task done. She goes back to the guild house and meets the guildmaster there, where she tells him one of his darkest secrets. No idea where she got that, but it finishes up her last job. And that's how our Sheila got into the Thieves Guild.
G'day, mate. I'm gonna tell you a story about that Suko told me that Korinn told her. How Korinn got into the Thieves Guild. Now, she went to the Guildmaster. This was when she came into Ankh-Morpork. She went to the Guildmaster and he told her to join the guild. You will need to do 3 things. Shh, Bruce. 3 things. First, she had to steal something in plain sight. Shush! Something in plain sight. Something that could be given. And something that a secret. She had to steal a secret from somebody else. And I'm disappearing. Right. Just steal a secret. So, Korinn, on her way, she had to find something in plain sight. So she went and stole one of the hands from the clock tower. And then when she went and got her clock tower, the second thing she did was she got a man into bed. And he proposed to her. So she stole a heart, which she managed the second of her quests. Her third quest was when she went back to the Guildmaster and told him his darkest secret. Unfortunately, we do not know how she found the secret. All we know is that she managed to give it to him somehow. So that is how she became a member of the Thieves Guild.
So this is the story of how Korinn got into the Thieves Guild, told by Retsuko. So Korinn went to the Thieves Guild people, and the Thieves Guild people told her to get into the Thieves Guild she needed to steal 3 things and give them to the Thieves Guild. They were stealing something from plain sight, stealing something that can be given, bar, shush Bruce, something about a sheep, Bruce the sheep, and steal a third thing, a secret. Did I say secret? I can't remember. So to steal something from secret, she had to get a bloke to tell her a dark secret, and she managed that, but no one knows what the dark secret was because she kept it a secret. So she stole the secret, and it was her secret now. And then she had to steal the hands from a clock tower to steal something from plain sight. Or was it the hands of the guy? She stole the hands from a guy who ran a clock tower and then made him sleep with her, and then he fell in love with her and proposed to her. And then she stole his hands and his heart, maybe literally. I don't know. He gave her his heart, and she stole his hands. And then the Thieves Guild let her in, according to Retsuko.
Okay, so this is the story of how Korinn got into the Thieves Guild as told by Retsuko. So, the Thieves Guild said to Korinn, you can only join the Thieves Guild if you steal 3 things to prove you're worth it. And one of those was something that was in plain sight. One of them was something that could be given. And bar, that's an interruption by the sheep, who I've forgotten the name of. But you will know the name of. And the third thing was something that is secret. So, to steal the secret, she had to befriend a man who told her a really deep, dark secret. And she stole it so effectively that she never told anyone. So that was then her secret forevermore. And to try and steal something that was in plain sight, she tried to... No. She fell in love with another man? Okay, so the man who ran the clock tower was the man who told her the secret. And she slept with him, and he fell madly in love with her and gave her his heart, which was a secret that could be given. And in return, she stole his hands. And she took these secrets back to the Thieves Guild, who then let her in, according to Retsuko.
Okay, this is the story of how Korinn was allowed into the Thieves Guild, as told by Retsuko. The Thieves Guild told Korinn that she would only be allowed into the Thieves Guild if she could steal 3 things to prove herself. One of these things was something that was in plain sight. One of these things was a secret. Sorry, that was an interruption by Bruce the Sheep. And the final thing was something that could be given. So Korinn went away, and she met a man, and he told her a really big dark secret. And she kept this secret so well that it became her secret. And that's how she stole a secret. And this man, during the course of events, fell madly in love with Korinn, and she stole his heart, which he freely gave to her. And that was how she stole something that was given. And this man worked in a clock tower, apparently, and then Korinn stole his hands. Unclear as to whether these are the hands of a clock or his actual hands. With Korinn, could be either. And that is how she must have stolen something in plain sight. I guess I was a bit unclear at this stage. So Korinn went back to the Thieves Guild with these 3 things, and they let her in.
Okay. Yeah, so my part of the story. Sorry for the appearances by Rufus the cat. He's being very loud. So basically, Korinn was told by Setsuko, I want to say, that she could be part of the Thieves Guild if she stole 3 things. One of them was something that must be a secret. One thing must be given, and the other must be in plain sight. And I have a feeling at this point of the story, a random sheep appeared. Don't know where that came from. So there we go. Then Korinn went off on her merry way, and she met a man who told her a secret, and she kept on to this secret so long and so tightly that it became her secret. So in theory, she had stolen said secret, the wily minx. And then he fell in love with her as well. So, you know, poor bastard got robbed, then fell for her. And he gave her his heart. And so she was given something. So she ticked the second box. So she's 2 out of 3, not bad. And then something happened in a clock tower. Maybe she met someone that was a clock person. I don't know, or if it was the same guy. I think it was the same guy. And she took his hands. We're not sure at this point whether it's the clock hands or his hands. I think it was his hands, because he probably gave her a really shit engagement ring and she wanted revenge, and she was like, fuck this shit. So she had all the things she needed, and she was like, toodaloo bitch, I'll see you later. And she went back to the Thieves Guild, and they were like, yay, you've got everything. So yeah, she had everything, and then everyone had a party, and the Ewoks joined in, and it was all good. Just fun everywhere. And that's the story. Bye.
Oh, shit. Right. Apparently, this is a story about Lady Korinn Croft, who was set a challenge by Retsuko to join the Thieves Guild. I don't know why Retsuko was involved, but he was. And he set her 3 challenges. One was to steal something that was a secret. One that was to steal something that had to be given to you, which is weird. And then the last one was to steal something that was in plain sight. So at this point, the story is a little vague, but I'm guessing, by knowing a bit about Lady Croft, that she met up with a man, all leather, whips and chains, obviously, probably a tall man, and he told her a secret. Now, the details of this secret have been lost to the sands of time, but this secret she kept with her. She remembered it for a long period of time afterwards, and it eventually became her secret too. Whether this was something to do with the man, I don't know, but apparently after a while, this man also fell in love with her. And the act of falling in love with her, he gave her his heart. So she ticked 2 boxes by this point. There was the fact that she'd stolen a secret, and the fact that she had also been given something, which is, in this case, the heart of this man. Later on, they happened to be at a clock tower. I don't know why. But they were at a clock tower. And there was an incident, and I don't know whether this is the same man or whether this is another man, but it's someone, for some reason, Korinn was displeased. Rumour has it that it was to do with a poor choice of engagement ring offered by this man, and she chopped off his hands, which apparently could have been the clock hands, but might not have been, and probably was this guy's hands. This guy's pretty unlucky, but it all sounds... well, sounds pretty unlucky to me. Anyway, by this point, she's completed a quest. She's stolen something in plain sight, which is this guy's hands, apparently. And so she trots off to go see the Thieves Guild, who see what she presents what she knows, and they accept her in, and they all have a big party, apparently. I don't remember if there was anything else. So I'm going to say, yeah, they all had party, got drunk, and there was probably lots of giant men with leather whips and chains involved.